Resource management has become crucial in any programming language. In Python, you can do resource management with the help of context manager, either with the use of classes or with decorators. In one of my previous videos, I showed you how to do the context management or resource management with classes, and I'll drop the link in video's description. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use decorators to use context management, which will enable you to do the resource management. When I say resource management, what it means is that if you want to use file management or if you want to manage your database connections within your Python code, then you can do that easily and efficiently so that nothing will go to the waste and there will be no leak in your code. Okay, so in this video, as I said, I'm going to use decorators to do the context management. Decorators are a very powerful and quite useful tool in Python. These decorators enable developers to modify the behavior of functions or classes. So what happens is that with the help of decorators, you can change the functionality of function without changing the source code of that function. So you wrap a new function around an existing function, and this is the existing function where you want to change the behavior of it. For example, if you want to print something fancy, but you want to change the existing print function in Python, then you can write another function called as fancy print and then wrap this fancy print over that existing print function. The source code shown on your screen shows you how you can use this decorator, which is context manager decorator here, to context manage or to manage the resources in Python. Let me first walk you through the code. First, we are importing this context manager function from this context lib, and this is the context manager function whose behavior we are going to change with the decorator. So we are defining a new class called as context manager, and then first we are printing that enter method called, then we are yielding it, and then we are closing it. So this is the key here. Whenever you call this context manager, then this statement gets executed, and then yield executes whatever you want to execute, and then when it is exiting, it calls this exit method. Now, our program starts from here with this with clause. In this with clause, we are initializing this context management manager class, which we just defined here, and storing whatever will be returned in the manager variable. Whenever this is initialized, this statement gets run. So whatever is before this yield statement will get run. And then after this gets run, this yield statement will run. And what happens is this yield primarily runs whatever is within this with clause. So first this will be printed, then this print statement will be printed. And when that's done, because there is nothing after it, then this last statement will be printed after yield. Now let's focus here and let me first remove this one to understand it better. Let me run it. So you can see that program starts from here, and then once it starts, first it initializes it, and whenever it initializes it, it prints this statement. Then we have yield statement which prints this statement within the with clause, and then once that's done, it prints this exit method, and you can see the output here. Okay, now not only I'm doing this, I'm again calling it and putting it in the loop. This is a for loop which starts from 1 and ends at 5, so 4 iterations. And then I'm again using the with clause with context manager, and then I'm printing this. So what would happen in the first iteration of this loop? This will get called, so enter method call will be printed. Then it yield statement, so this will get printed and I will be replaced with the value 1, and then this exit method will be called, and then it will loop through it 4 times. So let me run it. So there you go. First this is the one which we used got called the zeroth block because we are printing zeroth here. And then for all the iteration of this loop, first, second, third, and fourth. And as you can see, the format is simple. For the first iteration, it printed enter method called, then yield is printing this, and then exiting is printing exit method called from this decorator. And in order to initialize decorator, all we do it, we just put add context manager, that we are decorating this context manager function here. So this is it, guys. I hope that this was simple enough to understand. If you still have confusion, please put them in the comments and I'll try to explain it in other words. And if you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much.